Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to tackle the Invictus Aero rear diffuser install, and I'm pretty excited for this one just to see the quality and how easy it is to install and all that jazz. There's the car right there, backing in right as we speak. Stick around, guys. So this is the Invictus Aero 6-blade rear diffuser. It comes with the mid portion of the diffuser between the exhaust pipes and the two outer blades that just look like that. And then they sit on the outside of your fender like that to complete the look. So it comes with the mid portion, the two blades, and the screws. And what we've noticed is there's really no holes in the diffuser at all, so we got to mock it up and figure out where the holes are going to go and drill the holes and then transfer that to the bumper, and it'll be pretty easy from there. So the first thing we're going to do is put this up here and figure out where we want to line it up at. Now, the other video that we both watched showed bring it out a little bit, showed it sort of out from the bumper a little bit, and I don't know if it was actually like that, it was just the camera angle, but I don't like seeing the rivets or really any of the plastic underneath. So we're gonna, even though it comes out past the bumper, we're gonna mount it so you can't see the rivets or much of the plastic underneath at all, and it's gonna be pretty flush. So stick around and hopefully this works out, and I'm sure it will. And make sure it's centered too. So then we measured back to see where the mounting holes were gonna be, where we could drill. So we didn't drill holes in the diffuser past the bumper, because it does go back past the bumper about an inch and a half. And I think it's probably meant to be mounted back, but we want a little bit of a custom look, so we're going to mount it a little forward. We might trim off the forward edge. We'll see how it goes, and we'll see if the exhaust, it's kind of close to the exhaust, so if it starts to get hot, we'll probably have to clip off the edge. But other than that, I think this is how we're going to mount it, pretty flush to the bumper. And so there it is with all the screws in place. The only reason we did this is just to have the ease of just having to put the drill on it when it's under the car and not having to fumble with screws. So they're barely just holding, and it'll be really easy once we get it aligned. So we got it up in place with some tape, and then when we got one of the corners exactly where it was right, we put one bolt in right there, and now we're just gonna go in, make sure the other side is perfect, and then we're gonna zip that bolt in. And then we're just gonna kind of go around and he's gonna zip all these bolts in right now. So check it out. And yeah, I think, like, look at that side, that corner, and where it meets that body line.
Oh yeah, yep.
So you look at it in response to this one.
It's hard to tell.
It is hard to tell. I think we're close. I think we're very, very close. I think it's this
one's like
think about it in the terms of this, right? How this
yep.
body line, and you really want it just to like hit right where that body line is. You know what I mean?
I think that's good.
So I would do a middle one. Okay, now come over here.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's right on money.
It's very close. Yeah, I like it. I think it looks good.
Me too. I love how we're just going through this so fucking. This is how it's supposed to be done.
So that's pretty even. And so basically Travis is just gonna go around, and we're gonna do a few of the back ones first, and then we're just gonna go in and fill all the holes with all the rest of the ones, and just try to make sure that it lays down nice and flat on the back of the bumper. Good.
He is.
So there is the centerpiece installed. We went with a flush fitment with the bumper rather than it hanging out. I think it looks better. I think it looks cleaner. That's just my opinion. You might have a different one. But as far as the Invictus Aero stuff goes, it seems to be pretty well made and fairly well thought out. Oh yeah, and this is the one that's custom for the LGT, the Legacy, all the 4th gen Legacies, except for this. Oh no, it works for the sedans too. And this is the sharp one, and there's a rounded one you can get as well. Okay, for these side fins, there is some, you can play with them a little bit. You could have them like right in line. I feel like you could have them right in line with the bumper, just like we have this, but then the side fin's not even with the other ones. Or you can push it out in front of this little cutout in the bumper, and it sort of mimics exactly where the rest of the diffuser is, but you have this extra fin hanging out on each side. So it's up to Travis where he wants this to sit. Here or here. Actually, can you hold that? I want to see too. Oh, we're gonna go right, so it's nice and flush in there. Now, can you move it back from the cutout one time?
Yep.
And just see how that looks? Dude, I like the flush look better. I don't like it hanging out like that, even though it's more even across the back.
Right.
I like that side piece. So we're gonna go with flush, and it's gonna go right there, I think.
How about that?
And then
How's
that looks in to me. You see how it's out here? Unless we push the whole thing in, it's where you could do that, or
I actually somewhat like how it looks in. I mean, barely in. Like this.
yeah, I think that looks pretty good.
I think this is how it's supposed to go.
Just so it's not really sitting out.
So it's
You
not
could
too
even
much.
go right there or something. So anyway, the first bolt's gonna be in an inch, and then we'll make sure this other one's in an inch too, so it'll sit right on that cutout. Yeah, man.
Do it.
That looks good. And you can put that that corner anywhere, and then all you have to do is match it. I think that's too far in. I would be, again, this body line right here, I'd be I think that looks pretty good right there. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, dude, it's gonna be perfect. That's perfect. It looks slightly out when it's raised, but by the time you lower it,
There it is.
yeah, I don't know if you need another, because you can't really put another bolt in unless you put it in right next to it. You might want to.
Right.
But for now, it's not too bad. On 3? 1, 2, 3.
That's me.
Yeah, that looks really good. Really good. So that about does it for the Invictus Aero rear diffuser install. Thanks to Travis for buying the Invictus Aero rear diffuser and letting us do a video on the install. It was very good. The takeaways are just make sure you measure and make sure you know exactly where you want it before you try to drill it into the bumper. It's fairly easy, it's fairly simple, and it doesn't take much. So just measure properly and make sure it's even in between the exhaust cutouts and wherever you want to mount it. There's a few different ways, obviously. And thanks for watching the install, guys.